Bosnia and Herzegovina to membership in the United Nations. May I take it that the General Assembly accept the recommendation of the Security Council and adopts draft resolution A/46/L73 by acclamation. It is so decided. I therefore declare the Republic of Bosnia and Herzegovina admitted to membership in the United Nations. I request the Chief of Protocol to escort the delegation of the Republic of Bosnia and Herzegovina to its place in the General Assembly Hall.
I now have the pleasure to invite the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Bosnia and Herzegovina, His Excellency Dr.Haris Silajdžić, to address the General Assembly. You have the floor, sir.
Mr. President, Mr. Secretary General, distinguished members of the General Assembly. The late Dag Hammarskjöld, who led this august organization, so valiantly said, "The longest journey is the journey inwards of him who has chosen his destiny." The international community has recognized our independence, and today we are honored that the United Nations has accepted us into membership. While we are free of oppression, we are not free of aggression. We have embarked on the longest journey of our lives. A human tragedy of catastrophic proportions threatens to erupt in my country if urgent measures are not taken immediately to stem the reign of terror in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Considering the calamity of events in my country, I urge the Security Council to invoke Chapter 7 of the United Nations Charter, calling upon the party concerned to end this senseless violation of basic human rights. There is an immediate humanitarian need for food and medicine. This crisis must be met by the civilized world if the people of Bosnia and Herzegovina are to survive. The legitimate government of Bosnia and Herzegovina has observed all standards set for it by the United Nations, the European Community, the Commission on Security and Cooperation in Europe, and other nations of the world. We have lived by the rules of a civilized world. We need and have received strong moral support from the international community. The United Nations relief agencies have been dedicated and determined to help. Yet, the crisis continues. Stronger action is needed, and it is needed immediately before more lives are lost and misery grinds our nation down to dust. we call on this body to come to our aid in the hour of our greatest need. If the aggression in Bosnia and Herzegovina is not stopped now, peace and security in the entire region will be undermined. Mr. President, Mr. Secretary General, members of the General Assembly, over 1,000 years of our history as a political entity, Bosnia and Herzegovina has taken one form or another. In the Middle Ages, we were a strong kingdom. Later, we took the form of a province or corpus separatum, or a sovereign state within the Yugoslav Federation. In the Middle Ages, but always we have been a multicultural, multi-ethnic, multi-religious society. And we have hoped this history has prepared us well for the age of ever-increasing interdependence. Instead, we were punished by a nationalism whose aggressiveness is shocking the world. Bosnia is now one big bleeding wound. These are trying times. Many a young eye will see light no more. Many an old face will endlessly grieve. Our cultural heritage, which belongs to the world, faces indiscriminate destruction in a wave of cultural genocide. Yet the people of Bosnia and Herzegovina must look beyond this tragedy to the future, to building bridges of tolerance, for which Bosnians always have had a special talent. We must remember that this is not a war between nations. No nation could approve of massacre, deportation, or starvation of another nation. It is a political fact of life that governments do not always reflect the will of the people, nor are the people universally responsible for the acts of those who control a regime. The bridges of which I speak must be built in this august, honorable home, a home of nations united in their quest for genuine understanding and their commitment to living together in a civilized world. The peoples of Bosnia and Herzegovina will always be in the vanguard of this heroic endeavor. Thank you.
I thank the Minister for Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Bosnia and Herzegovina for his statement.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here today for the raising of the flags of 3 new member states of the United Nations: the Republic of Bosnia and Herzegovina, the Republic of Croatia, and the Republic of Slovenia. Each time a new member state is admitted in the organization, it's enriched, and an important step is made towards our goal of universality. These 3 new members bring to the United Nations an extraordinary blend of civilizations, religions, languages, customs, and cultures, and we welcome them among us. In particular, we pay tribute to the commitment they have undertaken in joining 175 fellow member states. Membership in the United Nations is a great honor. It also carries with it new responsibilities. It is incumbent on every member state to abide to the purposes and principles of the Charter. And I have no doubt that the leaders of Bosnia and Herzegovina, Croatia and Slovenia are conscious of these obligations. On this important occasion, we cannot but recall the circumstances which have led to the admission of the 3 new states whose membership we honor today. Nor can we forget that even as their flags are raised, hostilities and human suffering persist in their region. It is therefore my earnest hope that these flags will symbolize and will fly for peace, justice, and respect of human rights, including the rights of minorities. Ladies and gentlemen, each of the member states is represented today by a high-level delegation, and I should like in particular to acknowledge the presence of the President of the Republic of Croatia, Mr. Franjo Tuđman, the President of the Republic of Slovenia, Mr. Milan Kujan, and the Foreign Minister of Bosnia and Herzegovina, Ms. Dr.Haris Silajdžić. I should like to request Their Excellency to convey to their governments and peoples my warmest congratulations and best wishes for a successful association with the United Nations. The flag of the Republic of Slovenia should be now raised. The flag of the Republic of Bosnia-Herzegovina should now be raised. The flag of the Republic of Croatia should now be raised. Today represents a new beginning. Let us hope that the membership of these 3 republics in the United Nations will lead to healing and cooperation, and that peace and prosperity may be restored to the region. Thank you.
Čestitam, sve. Mario.